Good morning, traders. How you guys doing? You know today is a very important day. Today we have the FOMC. So what we are looking at today? Today we have at 8:30 we have some data reporting in, and then we have one of the important event, which is the FOMC rate decision at 2 p.m. So 8:15 we already have an ADP data released. We saw a little bit of knee-jerk reaction, prices up and down. It's really positive. The employment is getting up. 8:30 we have a GDP. 10 o'clock we have a pending home sales, and then 10:30 we have the EI crude oil inventories, and then the 2 p.m. we have an FOMC. And in one of the historical day would be today at 2 p.m. on July 30th, the month end coming up with this news. We know the presidential hype on the rate cut decision. President really wanted to cut the rate, but the Fed chair wanted to look for more data, waiting for more data. Morning, Vivek. Morning, guys on the YouTube and Twitter. How you guys doing? Very good. Had a good day yesterday? I had a fabulous day yesterday. It would, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, exactly the way expected. The consolidation, candle wait, and boom. Awesome, I mean. So made a good money yesterday. Good. Good. Yeah. So see, these days where the setups comes in, and these are the days where you need to push in, and you can look at the structure wide, and we're gonna go and dive in into the structural changes what we see on the yesterday and the day before. So it's really important for us to identify the trader, and then these are the days where you need to go max size of your trades. Um, and yeah, and all other days you go small base hits, that's fine, but these are the days where you need to uh, you know just go full size. So we just 8:15 we had the ADP data release. We saw some knee-jerk reaction in the price, up and down volatility, but no clear follow through yet. We're still on the we saw the bounce from the yesterday low, and somewhere, if you look at this, let me just zoom in. If you look at here, let me grab my pen. I'll share my screen now. All right, so you should be looking at my screen. So look at what's happening right now. Yesterday we were talking about it. It's looking very weak, the way it was holding. I was hoping, wanted to see that if we cannot claim all of this side, we wanted to see the failure here. And then we saw the failure. We had a fabulous trade. I had over 8 grand trade yesterday. Now what's happening today? So if you look at it here, 6,400, right? This is a key level. Remember, 6,400 is a key level for today. Don't mess up with this, okay? Don't take trade unless this is in, don't go short unless the market or ES is above 6,400. Now let's look at what's happening today. So we can see, so this was the high created, right? And this high is not just like any high. You can look at it, it is basically coincide with the day before yesterday, which is basically the July 28th. And we saw that this is a also the kind of a bottom of a July 20th as well. And now market is in the tighter range between the 6420 to 6400. Uh, we saw it was break one time, but then recovered. Right now we are just in that range. Okay, so my plan is very simple. So if the market stay uh, within this range during the before the FOMC, within this range, I would not be touching it. Okay, because it's a very 10 points range and it's better not to trade that. But if we see the breakout before the FOMC, we'll take it. Okay, and if we see and assume that market was staying here before the FOMC, and after FOMC, once up, FOMC starts and market starting to come back down and retest the previous high, so no trade during the FOMC here. You see what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna make one more time very clear for all of you guys so you can understand. So what we are saying right now, ES is within the range of the July 28th and the July 29th. Remember, today is July 30th. So if ES stay above 6,400 before the FOMC. So before the FOMC, right? So for us, we're gonna be no trade. So no trade. If we see the breakout before 2 p.m. here above 6,420, then we can go on the long side. Okay, so before above 6,420. And after FOMC, we see price somewhere here. So during between the FOMC, we should not be taking any trade during those, but this could be just a knee-jerk reaction between the 6,420 and 6,440 and 42. If we see the failure after the FOMC below 6,400, we can look for the short, or after the FOMC finishes, we see the breakout over 6,440, then we can consider going along on the ES side. Does it make sense? Is it clear? Because this is going to be a very tiny range, and it is not advisable to trade between those ranges. Now let's just look at the NQ. Let's see what NQ look like. So if you look at the M4, if you look at the NQ break out a lot, it will gap up yesterday a lot. Right now, it's exactly the same area where the ES was, in between the lower range of the July 28th. So if it stay between 23,440 to the 23,530 or 520-ish area, we should not be taking too risky trades, even though it is almost 70-point range, but it could be volatile and could be not going to give you a tighter range. But if we see before the FOMC breaking out above this area, over 23,530 before FOMC, we should take the long consideration of long, right? Um, and during the FOMC, if it is here somewhere, we should not be taking any trade. We are waiting for FOMC to finish, and we'll see if its breakout happen, then we can go long. If breakouts not happen, then we should not consider any trade. But if we see the breakdown below 23,440 after the FOMC, then yes, we can look for the short side move. Similarly, even in the ES, if we see the move coming below 66,400, we should look for the short side moves. which can give us the retest of last few days. So if you go look at the daily chart, uh, it's going to give us some replay towards 23,400, 23,300, or maybe if it's going to be big momentum, then it's going to get all the way to 23,225. It could be very bearish candle. Okay, so just watch FOMC. But if it's FOMC ranges which we have discussed, if stay within those ranges, we should not be taking any trades on in those ranges. Is it clear, guys? Yeah. GDP data. This 3% is good. So it's mean that the people who are thinking that tariff is going to reduce the GDP, which was the expected 2.5, is really zero point 0.5 above, right? Uh, so I think is 3% is in line with the previous. No, because you look at the employment number is also jumped, right? Yeah. So I'm going to explain one more time a little bit later when people are going to start coming in. Um, but just remember that these ranges are not playable. You can see here the one candle came down, right? And then the other candle just moved back up, right? So these ranges are not playable at all. Be very focused on trading. If you want to be consistently profitable trader, you can't just take any trade randomly. Well, it could change because it could be the sell the news kind of event. If the rate reduction happened, why it could, because now everybody's against him, right? Everybody's saying cut the rate. How long is gonna stop? If the inflation is not coming in, GDP is improving, then what is waiting for? Small businesses are, not able to survive. How long he's gonna hold this? Look at the mortgage rate. How people are gonna buy houses, pay the payments. Look at the people's credit card bills. These are not easy. So if you take the car loan, it's gonna be over 12, 13%. You take the personal loan, is over 20, 25%. I mean, it's insane, right? Credit card is almost 28%, 30%. How people gonna survive? No housing activity, you know. If the rate is going to come back down, um, the GDP will go further up. Oh, they're saying inflation came back. If the because the tariff is doesn't moving up, it means that it's coming down. If it doesn't gonna come, if it doesn't cut the rate, then it's very clear that meantime where he if he is in the office, he's not going to cut the rate. When his terms is over getting over, wow, in 1 more year it's gonna be pain. Morning, Dan. Good morning, Waldemar. Good morning, Hydrise. Good morning, Vitally. Awesome. How was your day, guys, on the YouTube? I had a fabulous day yesterday. Did you guys take the short trade? I had over 8 grand day yesterday. I showed it exactly where I was asking you guys to once look at this consolidation. If it's gonna break under that, we're gonna take it. And I was referencing you. Go back and look at the YouTube stream. I was telling you that there's a big gap. This is likely gonna close the gap. And look at it. The NQ has completely closed the gap. Uh, if you look at it here, I was telling you that there is a big gap here, and then likely is going to close the whole gap, and that's exactly what it did. Uh, those kind of a trades where you need to take the risk, uh, you know, the full size, because you know you have a high probability that you're gonna make this. It was a fabulous day yesterday. Not every day is going to be like that, and I'm going to explain to you today's game plan. Today is one of the important day, which is the FOMC rate cut decision, and I'm going to just brief you in 1 second. I'm just waiting 1 more minute, and then we're going to redo it, um, the analysis, and make helping you set it up for pre-market analysis so you guys get ready for trade. All right, so let's look at it. Let me start with the ES. Okay, what ES look like? So if you look at it in the current range, ES is trading within the range of the July 28th and July 29th, right? And I can mark it here. So this is the July, this is ES 30 minutes chart. This is the July 28th, and this is July 29th. So we can clearly see that right now it is on 6,413, which is very close to the low of the July 28th low. What does it really means that, right? It is above the yesterday low, close to the higher low, lower highs of the July 29th, and then the low of the July 28th. Our game plan is very clear. If ES is going to stay within these ranges between 6,400 to 6,014 during or before the FOMC, right? So first scenario, we're looking at the before the FOMC. So it means that once the market going to open before the MC, this is a scenario. If markets stay within this range, in the scenario number one, no trade. Okay. Scenario number two, if market breaks out over the above before the FOMC, we could go for a long or the retest of the prior highs. This is the second scenario before the FOMC, and in this case, we're going to go long trade. If market breaks down before the FOMC under the lows, we need to be cautious to see because there could be a false breakdown before the FOMC. Okay, because data came really strong. But if came down and we see a good setup, we're gonna go short under 6,400. So under 6,400, you're gonna go short trade. So scenario two, we have a trade. If it's gonna break 6420 on the long side, this is a short side. Now scenario number four, for assume that during the FOMC, before the FOMC, price comes close to here, right? And during the FOMC, if price comes here and stay within this range, try not to take any trade. So between the 6,420 to 6,442 during the FOMC, if markets stay within this range, don't take any trade. Don't take any trade. But after the FOMC, if we see, means after 2 o'clock release, 1 hour of press conference, after 3 o'clock, we see market is moving back up, right? Scenario number 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can take the trade on the upside. If after the FOMC, market starting to falling down below 6,400, we're going to take the trade as well. So these are the scenarios, these are the numbers, these are the way I'm looking at the market. This is the way I'm looking at the analyzing it. I'm trying to break out the market and divide them into these sections I would like to see before, during, and after FOMC to get the best. If you're not going to do that, remember, majority of the traders, a vast majority of the traders lose a lot of money during the FOMC day week and more on the FOMC alone because it is really tricky to trade FOMC days. And I'm telling you, it's really tricky. If you're not gonna break down your days and dissect into the multiple pieces, if you're not gonna do that, I'm gonna tell you you're gonna lose money. So I'm just gonna redo it for you guys again so you can understand what I'm talking about. Okay. So scenario number one, just write it down. Scenario number one, between 6,400 to 6,420, no trade. Breaks out happen above 6420, trade yes. Or below 6,400. This is basically a scenario before FOMC. If after FOMC, you see the price, just before the FOMC is 2 p.m., you see the price is somewhere here. So it means that our range going to become this. And if this is the range, then we should not take any trade between those range. Okay. you what we're looking for that once 3 p.m. over, if we can get the breakout over this range, that could be a long trade for us. Or you mean assume that the price is here, but as FOMC start, price started coming back down, right? Coming back down. If you find some short in between that, up to the low, you can take it, right? But my advice is if it's going to stay, it's likely going to be bouncing from here, right? We can see the judge it, we can judge it based on the price action. The real money going to be, you're going to make it if you're going to see a momentum either one of the direction. If the during the FOMC market stay neutral, no direction, still within the range of the yesterday and day before, there's a high likelihood that you're not going to make money. It's going to be a volatile session. The real money going to comes in when you're going to see a clear breakout between those ranges. If the ranges are not breaking out after the FOMC, you're not going to make money. There's going to be a dull day. And it happens, right? A lot of people counting on certain events and even just turn out to be a very uh, crappy, doesn't really have volatility. So if markets stay within those ranges, you can trade. Any question, guys, before we move to NQ? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Explain to you all these scenarios. Does it make sense to you? Any question? And guys, I really appreciate if you like this analysis, you are learning from us. Please give a thumbs up, share with your other friends. I don't do run ads, so I'm really looking for the organic growth for our channel. So really appreciate if you give us the boost and help us. Perfect. So no question, then we can move to the NQ. Go ahead. Sorry, I missed you. What were you saying? Which is the meta earning? Yes, yes, yes. So we have basically a significant earning coming in tonight and tomorrow morning. We have the Microsoft, Meta, some semiconductors, QCOM, ARM. Then we have a July 31st Apple, Amazon. So we have quite a bit of earnings going to come in, and I think one of the biggest earning when I'm looking at it for this week is going to be in AMD. uh, because I'm doing the latest research, and if you go to any shop, whether you go Best Buy or any other shop, you're gonna see there is only two GPUs which are replacing each other. Either people are buying AMD GPUs or NVIDIA. So AMD is the second coming up, catching up with NVIDIA. Of course, NVIDIA is the leader, but AMD is really catching up. So AMD is very close to the all-time high, but if the earning results comes good, right, it might going to go to 300 to 400. It could be a very good opportunity for those who wanted to swing that trade. But we need to see whether how does it break out. And I'm going to show you before we move to NQ. You can look at the daily chart. Let's look at the first weekly. You can see here the high is 230. We are here. Look at this, break, the exactly the V-shaped recovery. Uh, you know, in all other stocks we have seen. Right now we are here. After 4 days, we have the earning. If we had a really nice breakout, it could possible that the earning would be really smashing, and then price gap up over 10-20%, and market open 240. Okay, it doesn't mean anything. It just mean that if we see some consolidation in the next few days after the earning, there might be a chance it's going to go to 400 $500 easily. Easily you can go, because I've seen, I just went a few days ago buying for my own computer, and I saw that in market there's only two possibilities. One, AMD, nobody's buying Intel. Is AMD and the NVDA, right? So those who have price conscious, they're going towards the AMD, and AMD processors are getting better. So high possibility if it's going to break out over the highs, it could go to 500 easily. Uh, um, because if you look at the AMD, what is the current capitalization right now? Uh, Market cap is only 285 billion dollars, $287 billion, which is nothing. We know that the Nvidia is over $4.2 trillion. So you can compare it. It is in billion. It's not even 500 billion yet. So what I'm saying that from this price, if this is the 285 right now, which is 180, right? And I'm saying that is 180, and you can add another 180, right? At least to be double, right? If you want to double it, so it's going to be AMD capitalization is going to be $500 billion, and price target would be, you can imagine, right? 360 easily, right? If this doubles market cap, and it can double because there is no substitute. It's only Nvidia and the AMD. So highly likelihood, but always consult your own financial advisor. This is no ways a financial advice for you guys, but it's just my education analysis for you guys. If you're looking at it to, if AMD get doubles here from 250 billion to 500 billion dollar capitalization, is mean that price is going to get doubled too. And as I mentioned that from the August 1st, I'm going to launch the another help for you guys, those who wanted to do the day trade stocks, or the swing trades. I'm gonna start producing some of my research and ideas for you guys, for you to look into it. And if you wanted to subscribe, you can subscribe as well. So you can go to Substack. Initially, I'm gonna launch it through the Substack, which is if you go to the smarttraders.com, um, the smarttraders.com, then you can access to that as well. And of course, I'm going to discuss here as well, so you're going to have it. Any question, guys, before we move to the um, NQ? All right, let's move to NQ. Why the YouTube is so quiet today? All right. Let's look at the NQ. So NQ is no different than the ES. Is exactly the similar construction of the chart right now. So if you look at it here, uh, NQ July 28th is July 29th. We can see there's a low created on July 28th. Yesterday we have tested that. Right now we are within the range of the July 29. As I mentioned again, before the FOMC, if price stay within 23,440 to 23,520, you know, this area, I would consider that I would advise not to take any trade. But if you see the breakout above that, we can take that trade all the way to the 600. This could be the first trade above 23,520, long side. And number two scenario, if it's come down before the FOMC and start trading here, then look for the setup, but just be very cautious because there's a lot of support here. I'm not sure whether before the FOMC going to break down. If it's going to happen, we'll look for the right entry, and we're going to make sure that we have a quick in and out before the FOMC. So below 23,400 to 23,420. Okay, sorry, 440. And if during the FOMC, if market somewhere here, I would advise not to take any trade. But after the FOMC, when it breaks out here over 23,600, that could be the trade. So third trade would be 23,600 above long, and if it comes down and break under, then short trade. So these are the four trades I'm looking at. These are the four scenarios I'm looking at it. um, scenarios, I would advise, and again, I'm going to just repeat that I repeated before, that the FOMC week and FOMC day are the toughest weekend days. A lot of traders just lose money. We have seen that, right? We have seen the Monday was really tough to trade, right? And we got lucky Tuesday. We got a big move came in and we supported us. Last few days is very is really tough for us. But yesterday, it was a very beautiful finish. Can be possibly you can think for the month, right? 8 grand day where you're losing 500. I told you even on Monday that I have a red week. I'm gonna take it slow. We took the long trade in the morning. We have 100% live trading results yesterday, and then even when I end the stream, I had a beautiful short trade as well. So you can make all your money in 1 or 2 days, provided that you keep very protected your capital and you don't expose your capital too much on your losing days. That is the art. Okay, that is art. If it's not working, just close it and run away. Just run away, right? And similarly, today is exactly I'm saying. You can look at it. Let me just clean this up so you can see what I'm saying to you. Look at this one, this range, which I'm telling you not to take any trade. Just remove these now. We don't need those. We know the big range now. Look at this, came down, move back up. This big candle came down, move back up. This candle came down, move back up. So no continuation, right? Every time it's reducing its lower side of the range, right? So this range is really tough. It's smaller, very smaller range. So highly advisable not to take any of those trades on those range. Yes, if the range breaks, all means we're gonna take it on either upside or downside, whatever it is. But just don't take those unnecessary trades where you can lose the capital. And then when you have a real breakout happens, you're going very small size because you already lost too much within the range. um, you can see here is 23,450 is 23,510, almost 60 point range. We know, and for NQ to trade within 60 point range is not advisable. You can look at the ES is basically in 15 points range. Again, it's really short range. So today, assume that you are not trader anymore. You're not a trader, you're observer, right? If you're not going to observe and listen to the market today, it's really possible that you're going to lose money. So just take it lightly. Assume that you had a really good day yesterday. You do not need to push any more today. Observe how thing price have been. But yes, right? Just like yesterday, we starting out, we say, let's see when this happen. We see a clear breakout happen. We jumped and we went long, right? And it was a really big momentum, and we took the profits. So we're gonna do the same thing, right? We're gonna watch, observe, and once the trade gonna come in the in our trade zone, we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it. It's interesting today. I think yesterday either people lost a lot of money or I don't know what. There's no one watching today. The book map. If yesterday they were trying to go long, thinking about is a dip buy, then they must be have no account today. Hydrise, what's your progress? How far you came along on your payout? Morning, Julian. Fabulous, man. You have to tell them. This is a great news that you got the one payout. Why don't you take a picture and share with us that, by taking our, listening our sessions is going to help us to market as well. Congratulations, buddy. When nearly yesterday? Oh yeah. So you must have overtraded. Whether what happened? Did you go try to go long? Yeah, I knew that. So see, that's why it's really important that listen to me. Very important that those days when the moment is really shifting and there is a clear gap which market wants to close, never try to preempt the long trade. Never go against it. And I'm gonna teach you into one of our strategy classes that even if you want to go long, how would you go long? Okay, first you just avoid it because that's the reversal trade. But you even if you want to go, if I look at it this chart and let me just look at the 5 minutes, I'm gonna tell you, okay, that even if you want to go where you should be going long yesterday. You know what? Yesterday there's not even a single long trade. Yesterday there's not even a single long trade after this sell-off. You can clearly see that this is basically just the bounce cat, dead cat bounce, then again came back down, again the dead cat bounce. There's no structure here on any of these bounces. That's why it didn't last at all. And even if you look at the NQ, let me just go to the lower time frame, and you can see it's a similar structure. This bounce, yes, there is an aggressive bounce, but it's just a dead cat bounce. There's no structure for any trade you need to go long. This one could be, you say, a double bottom. you can hunt for the long, but it could be just another failure because there is no structure here. Any other of you guys who have a progress? I see a lot of people on the YouTube online. Really appreciate, guys, if you're gonna get thumbs up. Have any question? Feel free to ask. This is a time you're gonna learn, right? If you're not gonna ask the questions, if you're just gonna observe, you're not gonna find a lot of opportunities where people allow you to ask the questions. If you look at the other streams, you're gonna see there's always noise, distraction. The fun, we are purely we're talking personal level of fun, but we are more focused on getting you the right education for you to be successful in the market. So right now, Meta green, Microsoft slightly green, Boeing is green, Nvidia is green, Tesla is green, all flat. Most of them are flat. Yeah. So as I said that this ranges are not playable, so be very careful in the ranges if you're going to take those trades. I'm going to be observing in between those ranges. Julian, how was your day yesterday? Yeah. So look for those structures. Okay. So this is a good example. Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. That when you should not be trading and when you should be trading. So let's compare the July 28th price action with the July 29th price action. And I think this is a very important, uh, maybe addition from the learning perspective. Just let me just clean everything. We have some time. I can analyze it for you guys. So what is okay, let's just do this one. Okay, let me just remove this and I'm going to analyze for you guys. Okay. So what we're doing is I'm asking you to compare the yesterday versus the July 28th, and then why I went big size on these days, and here I did not. I say, what, I'm stopping out. I'm not going to trade anymore. Why? Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at for China. More or less same thing happened. July 28th. If you look at it here, uh, Market was gapping up, ES is gapping up, NQ was gapping up. But we saw that ES was very weak. It's coming all the way down, all the moves. But if you look at the NQ, NQ is not coming back down, right? After the pre-market sell-off, it didn't sell off. It stayed within the opening ranges. This is the opening range. It never came down, made the new lows, right? Here we tried one more time, we stopped out. Here we tried one more time. I say it's taking too long. I'm just going to stop out, and then ultimately it broke down. But you can see it immediately bought back up, right? But ES was weak, NQ was not weak. So what I always teach you that if there is a divergences between the two indexes, right? Index number one and index number two, if they have divergence, you're making sure that you cannot take big size. You need to take your normal routine size in it, right? That's the way it is. Okay. Even though you see the weakness is one, but if it's not weakness another, you rightly not want to take a lot of risk because it's the probability that one index will take over the other index. And it happened. We saw that, right? We saw that in the later afternoon. It happened. Now, if you look at it yesterday, what happening was yesterday. What happening yesterday? Again, gap up, right? We saw ES didn't break out over the highs of the previous July 28th, but we saw NQ broke out over July 28th. So we clearly see that one is strong, one is not strong. We went long here when it broke out over 23,600. We took close to 40 points profit, and then we stopped out. We basically took our profit and then waited for it. What happened here? Coming down, we took another short here. We took a little bit of profit, right? And then what happening here? Both indexes were weak. Both indexes were at the lows, consolidating, and you can see I posted the chart into our Discord as well, just to highlight the importance of it. I'm gonna show you again. If you look at it 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you're gonna see it, okay? So you look at this one. Both indexes consolidating at the lows. NQ lower highs, clearly making new lows, okay, lower lows, lower highs. ES is consolidating the bear flag under the lows. This is the high, this is the lower high, and this is the low of the red double bottom here. And then this breakdown happened. Look at this. This is the way you need to size in. Why? Because both things are aligned exactly at the spot where you need to take the profit. So when these patterns are rarely emerge, because we know that if it's going to break down, the next support is close to 23,500, 400. So we know that there is a support of way back down. You can get the support of 23,500, but that's still far the 50, 60 points. So you have the really big room to push the market down. So when this happens, that's where you need to take the risk, because you have you have a big hand. If you're gonna play the cards terminology, the odd is in your favor. Both indexes are working fine. There's a big gap. Market going to push down, close the gap. There's a consecutive gap updates, right? So when this happens, you have a better chance to getting succeed. So in all other days, you do not need to oversize. No, don't take over afternoon trades. I strongly advise to you guys. But in these cases where you see some kind of a pattern, you're waiting for some pattern from last few days, and you see is the possibility of emerging today. You keep an eye, and if you see it's happening, you just go push that. Morning, Miguel. So I think you missed it. We had a very good news. One of our YouTube viewer got the first payout. You didn't mention which funding program you're using it. No, no, Hydroize. The YouTube guy who got the payout, first payout from us. Yeah, from us. Yeah. So I'm just asking him that what funded program he's using. So we good. We have a successful streamer who made the money and got the payout. Okay. So he used the TPT. So he got the payout from TPT as well. Miguel. Awesome. So good to hear, guys. So good to hear. So this is you. This is what you're waiting for, right? To get you that the you wanna once you're gonna get the payout, then you're gonna come in. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. See, this is not about the small account or big account. What it really matters is that you understand the mechanism, you understand the process, you understand what it takes uh, to get the payout. Now, what you need to do is just to follow the structure. So, just like you did it in the long on the double bottom, that's fine if you want to take it. But my advice is don't take those trades. Don't take subpar trades because you think there is some smaller pattern emerging. Look for the better trades, high probability trades. Okay. If you really wanted to be a consistently profitable trader, because if this trade fails, what it's just going to do is to put you in a bad situation when we're going to be a good edge coming in. You may not be able to trade that with the same size. That's exactly what I'm saying. So see, now all of our demons are same. Okay, you, me, anyone else, the human greed, human fears, thinking process is same for everyone. So this boredom trade, you can see there's a pattern coming in. I can clearly see. Look at the bottoming tail, bottoming tail, bottoming tail, bottoming tail, bottoming tail. So you felt like, okay, you know what, you want to take it. But what if it's just slip a little bit more and go all the way to 6,400, right? So what I'm just saying to you that you think from the perspective as a business. What kind of business? So for instance, if there is a business where you need to sell to the customers, right? So now there is a customers who can take your time but may not be give you the the exact sale which you have a high commission you can earn, right? So you might gonna buy a $5 product, $10 product, but it's not give you commission. So the successful salesperson are the one who understand that which client going to buy the high ticket item and they're going to pay you more, right? So if you use the same principle here in the day trading, so if you're going to take the subpar setup, which only going to move 10 points and have a risk of 10, 15, 20 points. So ultimately, if you cannot just entertain those clients, at the end of the day, either you're going to be break even or you're going to be the losing one because you're not doing the right thing. The right thing is that you look for the right setup which have the 1:3, 1:2, 1:3 probability, to make money, right? And it's hard because you feel boredom, you're gonna feel anxious when you're watching the chart, but not trading it. The best way, what I explained to you, that you just create the ranges and you say, you know what, in those ranges, I would not take any trade. uh, and you just put the alerts after those ranges, because if you're not going to do that, every tick, every trade, you start creating those opportunities which are not there, but you're creating those opportunities in your mind, right? And that's called the randomness of the magic, that market has a random moves. So this work here But if you take those kind of a 10 trades, it's likely not going to work. That's why, I'm thinking to create one, poster like that, something, it's a little big, but I'm going to create something smaller, and we're just going to put it on our screen. Okay, red zone, no trade zone, right? Or maybe the observation zone where we are observing the market. So that's where you're going to build more discipline for yourself. um, and sometimes I feel the victim too, because I'm on the live stream and I feel pressure that, hey, if I'm not going to call out the trades, my stream are going to go and start looking at some other streams, not gonna stick with me because I'm not offering any trades. This comes pressure to me as well, right? uh, but the thing is that ultimately what pays you is a discipline, right? Discipline is going to give you the right payment, and it's going to pays you off, and where you're going to make money. If you're going to take subpar trades, it's going to work now, but you're going to come into the emotional pressure, and you're going to lose. So we have 7 more minutes. I'm just going to take a little break just to relax myself, and then we're going to come and join. We know exact ranges. Those who have missed, they can go back to the stream and just rewind a little bit and see those ranges. We were not going to trade into those ranges. It's a very tight range. Once we see those scenarios, I laid out the scenarios after the market opens, and then after the FOMC as well, what I like to see for trading. If I'm available, I'm going to come and join you guys. Um, but I'm not sure whether I will be available. But if I'm available, I will come and join. But I laid down the scenarios for you guys, to do the right thing. Okay. So if the market moves, not moving in the scenarios or moving in the ranges which I've explained, it's better not to take those trades in FOMC time period. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just take a small break. And take profit is good. It's only thing we need to be careful is the trailing stock, but this trailing drawdown is everywhere, so doesn't really matter. And I would just take the one more. Rather you can also do one more thing. Okay, the one thing is that you take your if you get the $1,000 payout, right? You do not need to go anymore to the funded program. What you do, take the $1,000 payout, deposit into your Ninja Traders, and Ninja Traders gonna give you the margin where you can trade M and Q. Okay, you can trade at least 2 to 3 contracts of M and Q, and I think that if you learn through the funded program that you can able to withdraw $1,000, $2,000, right? I would say that don't spend too much time on the funded programs and then stuck with the trailing drawdowns and a lot of stresses. Rather, you take that 2,000, whatever comes in, deposit into your actual Ninja brokerage account, and just take one or two one MNQ contract. You can you can easily make $100, $150, and you can grow your account from there. All right, so market opened. The first move is coming down. We see is coming in the range, going and retesting 6,400. Similarly in the NQ as well. So this is the first move. So we're gonna watch. You can clearly see it's coming down. Okay, still watching. It's holding that. Um, Still holding that range. I told you that it's better not to take those ranges. It's just gonna be too painful. Still those ranges. We'll see what happens. Those ranges. Okay, second leg is coming up. We can clearly see it's still very tight range. We have an opening range created for the 2 minutes between the 10 points and 35 points for NQ. Really weak at this point. A lot of sell order. Very close to the range. retested the pre-market low, still within the range. I mentioned to you the range is too small. um, don't rush, okay, don't rush. And you can see here this is inside candles, okay, these are inside candles. I see a one big order or 450 order, likely they're going to the NQ going to take the 450 order. Okay, couple of times tried 450, didn't, not able to take a look at this spike. Let's see if we can find the entry on the upside move of the squeeze. Still within the range. I see a big order on the 450. I don't know whether they can take it to now or it's gonna spike up first, um, because we are in the range, and the next order is on the 23,500. So actually, basically, we are in the middle of the range, and then there's order on the both side. So seems like a squeeze coming in, but I'm waiting. Okay, watch the ES. Watch the ES. If NQ move back up and ES started coming back up as well, we can go long over this range. I just need a little bit more consolidation. Or NQ reached to 23,500 very quickly. It's just in the one candle it reached almost 30 points. It took all the orders of 23,500. Okay, watch ES. Watch ES. Watch ES. Watch over 64.15 if you're gonna break out. Just range. If the range doesn't break out, then we're just gonna pass. It's likely gonna be the range day, a lower range day. Yeah, you're right. They removed the contracts and they added on the 520. So there might be a breakout. So that's what I'm saying. So let's look at the breakout or ES breakout. Okay, watch the breakout because they are over the high. 64.13 could be a breakout. Okay, watch. Very strong move so far. Come on. There might be a pullback a little bit before moving back up. We have 2 minutes before this 5 minute close. It's engulfing 5 minutes. I'm gonna go long over the highs, which is 66414, and I'm gonna take the risk of 6410. So close to 10 5 point risk if it's gonna break out. Okay. Don't worry about the sell-off. I told you that there might be a sell-off before breaking out. It's just a grab of liquidity. Okay, let's see. Can it reclaim the VWAP? Still watching it, not in rush. Very tiny range. See, if this candle closed a bit small and breakout happened over 6,411, we can even take the smaller early entry with 3 point risk, and then we can add over 6,414. Still 3 seconds. Okay, get ready. Get ready for 6,411 if it's going to break out. Okay, watch. NQ still holding it. Okay, watch ES. Okay. Couldn't claim the 6411. I'm still not long yet. I'm watching if it's going to break out over 6411. Okay, watch. NQ still over the highs. ES is not participating. No trade. Okay, watch now. No trade. Okay, watch, watch, watch. It's consolidating under the VWAP. If it's going to claim 6411, we can go long. Both are over the highs. But, it's on the very tight range. You can look at the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's within very tight range. It could be the no trade zone. Okay, breaking down again. Let's see what it does now. Basically, the range is too tight that uh, any kind of a pattern, any kind of a move is risky at this point. It's range, very tight ranges. You can just easily move up and back down, right? You can clearly see here. This is the opening range. right? And this range is basically the same range what you have seen after 2 o'clock yesterday. So this is very tight range. You don't need to force the trade here. Those who wanted to trade the um, AMD, they can look for the AMD. AMD looks very strong. It's trying to turn green. So watch there. Okay, you look at the ES. ES is coming back up again. The same area what we identified. Okay, I'm long here. ES long. I'm long. 6411. I got a little bit not really get the best entry because of the move up, but I'm happy. Okay, I'm fine with that trade. Look at the NQ. NQ is over the highs. Looks good. If it's gonna squeeze above, I'm just gonna add a little bit. And our risk would be the low of this range, which is 6407. So close to 5 points range risk. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Pushing up, really good. Come on. Very nice. Very nice. Come on. NQ is pushing up. Very nice. Let's see. Is breakout happen? I'm going to add onto this breakout. Okay, I added into it. Is this breakout? I think it's going to hold this breakout. And I'm going to take the profit close to the 6417, which is pre-market high. Come on, don't turn back. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna put the first stop profit target here, and the next one I'm gonna take it here. It's moving nicely. Come on, come on. Just one more push. I know ES, you can do it. You always our buddy. Come on, come on. NQ is moving. Come on, ES. Come on. Couple of more points. Come on. Come on. NQ move really nice. What happened to ES? Come on, ES. Don't pull back. Come on. NQ retested the pre-market high. Okay, this is good. There's a retest happen here. I don't want the failure of retest here. Come on. Hold this. Hold this. Hold this. No failure. Come on. Good. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. The only thing is that the NQ reached to the pre-market high and it's just start pulling back up, but ES is still behind it. And the idea was that the ES needs to claim 6415. Okay, it's trying second attempt, put these break-even orders below, just a bit above our entry point because I don't want to take this drop on me if it's going to drop. So I just put the one stop by add into the break-even, and then I will take the if it's gonna pull back. I'm just gonna take the loss for the one contract, but I'm not gonna take the loss for the two contracts. Okay, it's moving now again. Come on. Okay, here you go. I think this is going to be the magic. Come on. I think it has a good potential to go and retest the pre-market high. Come on. And which is also turned to be R3. Oh, here you go. What happened? It dropped the way I was expecting. I stopped out on one contract. I still have the second contract. It dropped close to our stop loss, but 60408 is our stop loss, still there holding it. Let's see what it does now. Okay, it's still holding it because it's just a drop, but it's never broke our stop loss. Still within the range. As I told you that this range is a little tough to trade because it can easily pull back, but this is good. This is really good that it held the 6408 our stop loss. Yep, this is what happened in the on the chop range zone. That's why it's a subpar trade. We know that, but what we can do, right? It was a good setup. It was turning. Both were breaking out, and NQ suddenly rejected. There was no big order, but its rejection happened. So if it's gonna break 6408, which are stop loss, we have to stop out. Okay, watching. Likely it seems like that we're gonna stop out. But just stick with our stop loss. This is going to be the range. Previous range is our stop loss. This is going to be our stop loss. So if it's going to stop out, we're going to take the hit. Uh, but sometime it's just going to claim back that level easily. So watch, very close to the stopping out. And that's why in the range day it's much easier to play, in fact, the ES, because even if you're wrong, you're not going to lose 70 80 points. You're only going to lose 5 points in one contract, which is close to $250, which is much easier to manage. If you're going to just imagine, if you're NQ and you drop here, you're going to drop 40 60 points, and you're going to easily be 8 900 bucks out. Okay, I'm very close to the stopping out. If it's going to break the previous lows, I'm going to be out. Okay, I am not yet. Didn't press that. Still holding it. I look at the book map. There's a big order holding that level. There's a 606, a big session volume. Sometimes the session volume create the extremely nice support. Okay, see here is bouncing because I see on the book map is a big session profile volume on 6078 area. But if it's going to fail now, it's going to close under the lows. I'm going to be out. Watch. Watch. Very close to stopping out. I put the hard stop loss. If it's going to come down, I'm going to be out. There's a likelihood that we might going to get saved from the session profile volume. Let's see. Can it? NQ is basically 483. Okay, NQ is dropping. Likely we're going to stop out now. Okay, I'm stopped out. We're going to reassess later. This is basically the range zone. Exactly coming back into the low of the range. So let's just you look at this. The bounce happened. Session profile. Oh gosh. Look at this bounce. Okay, let's just not force the trade. A small red day. Just one trade. We're gonna find the better trades if the range is going to come back down. Here I'm watching it. Still holding that level where we stopped down. Look at this. Immediately stopped. Our session profile is holding 6407. You can go back and look at the bookmap stream, which I'm talking about. You can see here that 64707 has a big session profile volume. Session profile volume sometimes create the support area, the range days. I'm gonna try one more long here. I think it's going to just wait for 1 second. If I'm gonna see, I'm gonna try one more attempt to go long. Uh, but just let me see how this candle ends, or maybe we can wait until 10 o'clock. We have a data at 10 o'clock, right? Pending. Yeah, you never know. They usually these are not important ones, but you never know. They may create the uh, some move, and then whatever the move is generated, we're gonna join them. Yeah. So watch those who wanted to trade the equities. Look for the watch AMD, NVIDIA, and AMD both are coming down. So wait, maybe this could be the sell of time here. And if the indexes start moving back up, there might be possibility we're gonna see a move up on AMD, and that leg you can take it. Okay, is trying to jump back up. So it's just basically he is just wanted to stop us out. That was wanted to do. Look at the session. So it's a, I'm not in the trade. I was thinking to go long, but it's a data in few minutes. I just in the range day, so I don't want to be sound the revenge trading or trying to recover that. So let's wait for better setup. I give enough chance to hold 607. You can see here 6407 has a big session profile. It just leak, 1 point, 2 points, and then move back up. So, but anyway, we still be losing trade because we went long 6410. So it's very close to our break even. So we enter somewhere here. I think my entry was 6411. Okay, 1.5 more minutes. Get ready. We're gonna take the directional trade based on the data. All right, 30 more seconds. Okay, 10 o'clock. Let's see what momentum come in. Does it hold? Wait, don't jump to the first candle. I see the order on the both side again refreshed. 23 470, 23 500. Watch out if NQ break, ES break again 6411. I'm gonna go long here again. So looking weak. Definitely not long trade here. It's looking very weak. Still, the SPY and triple Q both are green for the day. They're gapping up. It's possible that they're gonna just little bit leak from the prior day close, retest and move back up. This price action really shows that there is no seller, there is no buyers. Watch, watch, watch for the long side setup. I'm gonna go long ES if it's gonna break 6411. It's within the range. Ideally we should not be taking trade. If remember, this is within the 6404 to 60415. But as I said, that if the first move was the expectations to break that range, and we failed. Now right now we are within this range. So if this range breaks down or break out, we're gonna take accordingly. So on the YouTube, do you want me to play a little bit of music on the background, or it's only basically the YouTube can hear? Do you like this music? Right, watch. So see here is making a breakdown. The point is that are we going to see the break under the lows? Because we are still above 6400. Very slow price action as we expected. FOMC week and the day is really tough. Within the no trade zone area, another 5 minutes is over. All right, so you like it, so let me just do it then. Vivek, Megwal, if you can also see and check the YouTube and see that do you like that music? All right, watch for the breakout. Okay, those who want to trade equity, they can also try looking if it's ES is going to break out. Look for the an AMD breakout over 178.50, and remember the risk would be close to 177.50 area. It's going to be the 1 point risk for AMD. And I'm watching the ES. I'm gonna go long if it's gonna break out here. NQ is very close to the VWAP. So only enter the AMD if ES and NQ start breaking out. Tesla broke out and AMD broke out. I think I'm going long here. ES over 640,950. Nvidia trade looks good. Oh, sorry, AMD trade looks good. First move push was the almost 20 cents. All right, ready for the ES trade? Okay, I'm long. I'm long on the ES. Okay, come on, breakout, continue. Don't fail this time. Come on. Another 30 seconds before this candle closes. Okay, it's rejected the VWAP again, 64.10. Very strong move came in. Okay. Well, come on, yes, breakout, come on. Come on, yes. Come on. Look at the 5 minutes of ES. Come on. I'm just thinking to close it now and then add back into the once breakout happen because I don't want to take another loss. This could be the one way, only 1 minute remaining. It could be an immediate bounce. So, uh, right, it's taking we're giving it too much time. Let's close this if you want to close it and re-enter when it's clearly going to break out above this range. You can see here, it's not breaking this range. Uh, I don't want it to risk another uh, drop on us. So I'm going to put the stop loss here, and we're going to enter when we're going to see a clear breakout. So this looks good. Okay, I'm stop out. You see two rejections happen on the 1 minute chart. Look at this here. So I don't want it to get two rejections. So once it's now, if it's going to break out here, we're going to go long. If not, then just leave it. I think there will be no trade today, uh, unless the market going to give a clear direction. And I think we're glad we can stop out. Look at it's another drop for 4 or 5 points. We closed exactly the break even. But I still see the potential. If you look at the Nvidia broke out, AMD broke out, Tesla broke out from the ranges, NQ broke out, retested it, but ES wouldn't, make the another topping tail. But still, you know, not under the lows. It's just slowly moving back up, right? So now if we see clear breakout over 411, 6411, 50, that could be our trade. Uh, but if it fails and drop, then I will not take any more trade. I'm gonna wait for uh, after the FOMC to get a clear direction because now almost 40 minutes and no direction in the market. So we don't want to lose the money into those days. We can chill out, have any questions, ask the question, and we can have chat more rather than do the trades. That's exactly the area we identified that the top zone area where likely there'll be no good trades. Two attempts we had. One the break-even attempt. One is the 1 hour loss. Expectations to break those ranges, but market is really in the too tight in the range. Even the after 10 o'clock, there's no direction. Okay, AMD is moving very nicely if you are long in the AMD trade. It's almost a 1 point risk on this trade, but it looks really nice. You can easily go back pre-market high and then go towards the 179.50, 180 area, and it's moving now. Anyone of you took it the long? I know Julian likes to trade equity. Anyone took the equity AMD long? Good, very nice. Yeah. So from the August one, I'm gonna call. But in fact, I've already started calling out, but I'm gonna call out more. Okay, look at the ES is breaking out now, and if this time is going to go and break those ranges, I'm gonna go long here. Watch for 64.11. Okay, not yet broke out, not broke out yet. How many of you guys like to see the swing trading ideas? On the YouTube, on the Discord, how many of you like to get the swing trading ideas or equity trades as well? Okay, so I'm gonna start doing some of that work as well. So we're gonna do that. So still see it's still in the range, no breaking out. So we're gonna wait. Sorry, Vivek, what you saying? Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, watch what's okay. I'm long ES. I'm long ES now. Now God mercy on me. Come on. I went long. I'm going to hoping to get the same uh, uh, push towards the pre-market high. Just watch. I'm long. This is the high probable trade. It's likely gonna work. NQ is not able to hold that. Come on, NQ, don't do that. If NQ also going to reclaim uh, the VWAP, which is really good because look at the ES, the way ES is consolidated and now broke out with this range. Another 2.5 minutes on this closing. This is 5 minutes. Come on. It's a low volume day. The only fear is about the spike and drop. Come on. NQ is pushing back down. Okay, it's moving. Come on. It's moving. Come on, very nice. I'm gonna take close to 6418. The profit target. Come on. Good spike. Come on, not enough. Not enough. Not enough. Come on. Come on, come on. It's breaking out now. Come on. Come on. 6418. I'm gonna put close to the profit, close to that. Here you go, moving very nicely. Anyone with me on this trade? Come on, come on. Another breakout, come on. Over the highs. Push over the highs. Come on. No failure this time, come on. Who took the long with me? Here you go, one more push. Come on. Come on, ES. No, 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 no drop, no drop. Come on, no drop. Here you go. Here you come. Who is ready? Who is ready for a big push on the upside? Come on. No, NQ is rejected again. The big drop in the NQ. Come on. Come on, come on. I'm holding it. I want it to be very green on this trade. Come on. So it's covered my losses. So I am red almost $350. So if I gonna get the target, I'm gonna be very green on this trade. And the green for the day. Come on. It's a very high probable trade. It's a high potential. Come on. Awesome. Yeah, you can take any instrument. Yes, we're both going to break out at the same time. And you know, any one of you, if able to provide me the YouTube video, as you know, 1 or 2 minutes of video on the review of this trade, that why we took it, and I'm gonna upload onto our channel. I just wanted to understand that whether you guys grasping those concepts, or you just copying those trades. I want you to, listen to your understanding that why this trade was probable, why on this trade I went 2 contracts, and all other trade I break even closed, or we took just the 1 contract. Why? I wanted to hear from you guys. See, look at this move. I'm very close to taking a profit. Tell me, are you able to make that video for me? I wanted to hear that, whether those analysis which I produce every day is really helping you guys or not. Would you able to do that? Come on, I want to hear yes or no. Okay, I took the 1 contract down. I'm already green. And if I'm going to reach the profit target here, I'm just going to put the break-even stop order, so I don't want to lose this. Here you go. Trailing it. Okay, I'm stopped out on both the contracts. It retested the pre-market high. It might go further up, but I'm good for today. I'm green for the day. Awesome trade. I think it has the potential to do 1 more leg up. It can go to 6420, but it's a range day, so I don't want. Look at this screen. Look at this 30 minutes. So I don't want. So I want to hear, guys. I'm still waiting. Would you able to make the video for me? And I'm gonna upload. Go ahead. No, that's I want to hear from you because I know this is a high probability trade, and I want you to understand whether you are grasping those concepts or not. Okay. And I'm gonna give you feedback, and I'm gonna make my video as well. But I want you to hear from you guys that why this was the why I went, initial side of my two contract, and I was more confident in this trade than any other trade. Why did I say? Because he's a range day. Look at this extension, right? I do not trust this. It may still go further up, right? But my way of trading. I don't like to, if I didn't have the first red trade and I have this first two long trade, I would have a little bit longer. But I know this is really extension. This is the range day play. You're likely going to break the pre-market high and then come back down. Uh, So I see there is an order 6420, 6421. On the NQ side there is 23525. But what I've learned in the range days, it doesn't really mean that there is an upside order that is going to go straight up. What I really don't want to do is that it's 10:30. I take the pullback, wait for the pullback, and then another leg come after 25-20 minutes. I need to stick around with that, right? So see here, this drop came in, right? So I basically like to just take the risk off. Is a range day. Look at those extension on the 5 minutes. If I'm going to show you the 5 minutes, you also need to see the price action. Look at these extensions, right? So this extensions, I'm not saying that is mean that it's going to come back down on again. It can come back down. It can consolidate and make the another leg up. But I'm saying I don't want to wait after 10:30 for another leg up. You know what I'm saying? I basically look at it from the time perspective that okay, if I'm going to spend another 2 hours, 1 hour for another leg up, do I really see the potential? I feel like that the quick in and out is going to be much more help me to stay sane in the market than overly, if I stick too much, too long into the trade, I just get married with the trade idea, and then I make more mistakes than I should not be doing it. It's just the way my brain function, and everyone has a different sweet spot. I know you like to hold longer, right? I don't like to. If I get your way of handling, staying longer into trade, I never analyze it, but it may be double triple my PNL. I don't know, but maybe I can do the analysis that if I hold a little longer into all of my past trades, what would be the results? But you know what? I'm really happy what I'm getting it. So oh man, you know. Yeah, oh, I really appreciate Hydrise. Yeah, make the video, and in fact, even on the Discord, I really want you don't need to be too long. Maybe make a 1 minute, 1.5 minute video. I really wanted to understand, and I'm gonna put on the video. It's just gonna create more vibes. You're gonna learn from each other. There was a thought process, and I'm gonna make my video, and I'm gonna tell you that why I was saying that this time is much more the high probable idea than any of those trades, and why it is going to move, and see how it really moved this time. uh, and I'm gonna make my video as well, and so this is gonna help you guys learning more and moving forward. And look at the AMD. Did you check AMD or no? It's exactly reached to the 179.50. I asked you to take over 178.50. It's went all the way to 179.50. So usually for equity, I like to take 1:1 and 1:2 trades. on the normal days. This is a normal setup. So it easily is a 1:1 trade for you guys if you have taken that. So I want so I looking to option. Maybe I can thinking I'm creating an Excel spreadsheet and I will just note down myself or someone help me to note down uh, those trades for me. Uh, so that will help us to keep the record of our trading. Okay, let me try. Okay, so day trade instrument. So here, this is just very simple, and this is I want. Let me just share you here, and I'm gonna share here as well. So I'm just gonna create the Excel spreadsheet. I'm gonna share with you. Someone can help me to put this in. Um, Very simple, basically. So what I need was just like today's date. We're gonna put 7:30 and trade. I think trade is not required. Maybe instrument, just instrument. Let's remove the column B. Instrument. Okay, so we traded ES. Uh, basically we had 3 trade of ES and one is on AMD. Um, and for ES we long first trade 6-4-11 long. Um, and it was losing trade. So we lost basically 5 points. And then we went long again, close to 6-4, 9, 10, and then we break even close out. And then we went another long on 6-4, 10, and it was profitable, and exit was 6-4, 19. AMD we went long and we went over 178.50 and profitable, and we went over 179.50. So see that this is basically I want just because we don't call too many trades. This is basically I wanted to do it every day. So it's gonna keep the track record that our success rate of those trades, and people come back and you can see as well. Do you see? I just posted the screenshot. This is easier to manage, and we can do even after the day closes. By watching the stream, here is this stream. And anyone interested in helping me out, then let me know. I'm going to give the access. Okay, I'm going to give you the access. You were trading what? Yeah. Yeah, but in the range, the NQ is definitely fine. Because see, but the problem is that I don't like. I'm okay to make more less money on this base days than lose more money. Uh, because if you trade NQ, yes, you have a potential to make money, but you have a potential to lose more money because it's a range. You see what I'm saying? But on my second trade, on the second trade when I went long, I think that the NQ would be much better trade. Uh, but I don't want to change the instrument. Given we are looking at the ES whole time, but NQ could have been a much more better trade because NQ moved almost 40 points. Yeah, yeah. But the ES only dropped. Uh, what you call the 5 points, right? But if you look at the NQ dropped almost 25, 30 points. So if you're in the first trade and you stopped out, then you're gonna be much bigger drawdown. So all right, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna definitely going to wait from you guys some videos. Waldemar, Heath, Julian, Dan, Miguel, Vivek, anyone who want to make the video, let me know and share. Hydroize on the YouTube, right? And anyone else is watching on the YouTube. And then Vivek, I'm gonna give you access to this. Give me the email address which you want me to give you access, so I can give you the access to this spreadsheet, and everyone can see this. Uh, but I'm gonna give you access to the Vivek to make the edits. I just posted the link here as well. And I think that's just going to be helpful for everybody to see your stream and success of our stream. And definitely, Hydro is just testing any testimonial from you that how my stream helped you to get the payout and help you be a better trader. That would be helpful too if you can make. So see here, if you look at it here now, then it's rejected the pre-market high. ES is still holding the pre-market high, but that's what I'm saying that I don't like to, because it require another consolidation before it's moving back up. So I just don't want it to hang around and just watch like a zombie. And I also created Hydroize and everyone on the Discord. I created another channel here, which is the general members lobby. Is a voice channel. You can hang around here, so everyone can join, and you can discuss. If you guys like to trade in afternoon, you can come and join here. So it's gonna help you grow because when you're gonna exchange ideas, it's gonna help you. You're gonna learn from each other. Let me see if I get the email. Yeah, I got it. Gave you the access. Okay, it's moving. NQ is trying to make the another leg up. I'm not in the trade, but looks good. Let's see, can it break out the pre-market high? A lot of passive selling happening. All right, it's 10:40. I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna wait for you guys to send me the videos, and also really appreciate if you give a testimonial and which gonna help us. Okay, appreciate guys, and I will see you. If try to make sure that you stay within those ranges for FOMC which I explained to you, and I will try to see if I'm available because I have a dental appointment today. I didn't know that, so I have a dental appointment today. um, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to get free to come back from the FOMC, but if I'm able to manage it, I will come in online to you guys. Okay, all right, all right. We'll talk tomorrow then. Okay, if I couldn't manage today afternoon. Thank you guys. Thanks, man.